Hey guys, want to bring you another NFL video on a documentary on a football life documentary on Kenan McCardell and Jimmy Smith. So these were the guys known as Thunder and Lightning with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both of them had a unique story. Both of them got cut or moved. This was like their second team with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and so both of them didn't have an established career. Also, so when they got to Jacksonville, they made a name for themselves with Thunder and Lightning. These guys put up great numbers, and so here's some of the keynotes I had. Last game they played together was about 13 years ago. One is actually Jimmy Smith, which is well known that he has a drug problem, and it was kind of sad and interesting story, and hopefully he gets his life straight and turn around. Um, but at the time, it looked like the documentary showed that he had the brace on his ankle, so he was under house arrest. So hopefully he gets his life turned around. And then you had another player, Kenan McCardell, that had his life pointed towards coaching, and which was very interesting. So two great players on the field, very close with each other. Off the field, they were polar opposite of each other. So that was very interesting. And for these two, they're like big brothers or best friends, and yet they live two separate lives and totally different directions for a different turn too. Um, they both on the second year made it to the playoffs, took the expansion team to the playoffs, and pretty much once they cut Andre Rison, it helped in their second season because it got those two players more playing time, and they built a lot more chemistry that way. Their first playoff game was against the Buffalo Bills. They beat them, so that was very interesting in that sense. And they actually beat Denver too, so that was kind of interesting to know. But the following season, they lost to the Titans two times in the regular season, and then they had to play them in the playoffs, and eventually they lost to them. So they had so many. They had shots on getting to the play or Super Bowl. They were always one or two games away, but couldn't get over the hump. It was always one or two teams that got in their way. That one year was against New England Patriots, and then Titans just kept owning them somehow. So McCardell joined Tampa Bay and wins the Super Bowl that year with John Gruden. Obviously, Jimmy Smith retired in 2006. Most people suspected it was due to another drug failure test, and for some reason, I mean, Justin Blackman, he has issues too there. So I don't know. But Jimmy Smith, after retiring, actually left because he got, most people again suspected he had a drug issue. And then 2007, Kenan McCardell retired too, and Jimmy Smith got arrested. And so Kenan McCardell actually told Jimmy Smith that, hey, you should move out of Jacksonville and move somewhere else. He did listen to his best friend, moved to Mississippi, but on the way to Mississippi, he got arrested because he was smoking and was high. So that was a very smart move because he had his child there. And so he got arrested again. That's how he became house arrest and all that, found the drugs and all that. So in 2009, Kenan McCardell got an internship with the Giants as a receiver coach, and that's how he started coaching. And then he started helping out with the Maryland Terps, and he's with them still. But it's kind of sad to see Jimmy Smith and Kenan McCardell is not in the Ring of Honor for Jacksonville because Mark Brunell, Fred Taylor, Tony Baselli, those three are in there. But if they didn't have those two guys as weapons too, they would have never gone that far like they were expected in that second season. That was very unheard of. So, yeah, it was just kind of interesting to see that. But I would say this was kind of interesting and sad story at the same time. I wouldn't say it's the best one out there because these are not well-known names. They were more, I guess you would say, mediocre to good players at the time. But now that 15 plus years have passed by, records have people have passed them up. So I wouldn't say they're going to be a Hall of Fame tandem or players that's going to get in the Hall of Fame or be mentioned. But it's just kind of interesting to hear that type of story in that sense, because of two polar opposite stories and terms in that sense. Again, go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe for more videos of a football life and more NFL videos. Alright, thanks guys.